All right. Hey everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. Is it Kevin I see? It might be. It might be Kevin. It might be Kevin. Yo, Q. Yes, it is Kevin. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. I'm sitting outside and I'm sitting outside by the pool. The pool pump is on, so it's making noise. And I'm outside, so nature is making noise, which actually is a beautiful thing. So just let me know if you can hear me. Okay, yes, you can hear. Hey, Sleepy Bee. And it's so funny. I'm looking at a text message from Sexy RN talking about I hope you ate. Yes, I ate. Okay. She's off from Saturday to Wednesday of next week. Whenever you're available, I have nothing. Okay, I'll set up something for us. Okay. So Sexy RN was just like, "Did you eat?" Yes, I ate, girl. Thank you. I did. I did eat. Um, I ate. I had an egg sandwich. I did eat. I had an egg sandwich. Um, so the egg plus the bacon, the type of bread that I was eating, the coconut oil, that's about 600 calories. But of course, I worked out earlier. And I did some Pilates slash ballet bar after that. So who knows how long that's gonna hold. But I do have, so I'm sitting outside, I do have a Nature Valley chocolate chunk granola bar with me, just in case. Just in case. Hey, Sexy Irene, I was just telling everybody how you sent me a text message talking about I hope you ate. So, I did eat. Listen, I'm fresh out of the shower. I put on lotion, but I didn't do my full grease down, oil down, as I probably should have. So I'm just trying to put some lotion on my cuticles right now. Because I can't be too raggedy sitting here on this live stream. Can't be too raggedy. Okay. So we're back. We're back. We're back. Um, yeah, because I'm just sitting outside. Just sitting outside. So let me make sure that okay, I got a bunch of stuff going on over here. Let me just raise this up higher. Raise this up higher. As high as this can go. But these pool table chairs are not they're kind of low and I'm short. So let's see how this works camera wise. Okay. That works. Okay. Okay, y'all. So yeah, I'm here. I'm literally like in a t-shirt and some pants that I bought, vacation pants I bought like 10 years ago. And they're like 3 sizes too big for me now. But okay, let me see what y'all. Okay, we are here. Yay, we're here together. All right. We're gonna try again. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna try again. We are going to try again. Oh God. So let me see. How am I gonna do this? Cause I can't really see. Maybe we'll try like this. Let me get a pillow. Let me get a pillow from one of the other chairs over here because I need some support. I'm short. I need support. Oh, that's not gonna fit. Let me just grab a couple of these pillows. I'm tired of society making all of these chairs and everything for people that are like super tall and like average height. Fun size people need love too. Fun size people need love too. Okay, so I got the chair. I got the pillows now in my Pac-Man t-shirt. Okay, we're going to try it again. We're going to try again. Okay, so remember what I said. This dark one is the dark handled one is in my left hand. The light handled one is in my right. Okay, so we're gonna try again. I have fully eaten. Let me turn my phone on do not disturb. Okay, phone is on do not disturb. All right, y'all. All right. Hey, Adele. Mm-hmm. Kevin asked, "Are you going to try the rods again, or are you going to focus on the cards?" I am going to do both, but I'm going to start with the rods because they seem to take the longest. So, yes, it is Pac-Man. Yes, it is. It is Pac-Man. Pac-Man shirt. Mm-hmm. Old Pac-Man. Sure, I have all these like Super Mario Brothers shirts and like gamer shirts because y'all know I'm a gamer chick, right? Okay, so let's try this again. Let me pull this up just a little so everyone can fully see the rods. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we're going to start with questions. I'm going to start with some questions just to get things calibrated. Okay, Spirit, hello, welcome to this session. I'm going to start with asking you a question. Spirit, please tell us yes or no. Please tell us yes or no. Are the pants that I'm wearing the color white? Are the pants that I'm wearing today, June 3rd, 2026, are they white? So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, let me bring this down a little bit lower. I'm trying not to move. You have to be very, very still as possible. But you know, I'm breathing, so let's see how that goes. And my elbow hurts. I am hot. I have some shoes on. I'm about to take these shoes off. All right, Spirit, please tell us yes or no, quickly, concisely. Are the pants that I'm wearing right now, today, June 3rd, 2026, are they white? Yes or no? Show me both of you working together. So yeah, but yeah, y'all, I ate. I ate. It was good too. And please don't laugh at my outside outfit. I'm literally sitting by the pool. This isn't me going anywhere. Now, if I was going somewhere, of course, I'd be cute with makeup on. All right, Righty is doing something. All right, so the right one is saying no. I definitely need to practice more. All right, Lefty is starting to do something. Okay, are the pants that I'm wearing right now, are they the color white? Please show me yes or no, both of you working together. Are the pants that I'm wearing right now the color white? And I'm really, really trying not to move, y'all. Okay, so Lefty done swung around. Literally just swinging freely. I'm just waiting. Something is happening on my phone. Maybe I need to check my phone. So they're not completely at no. They're not completely out to the sides, but it's definitely not a yes. Okay, the right one is moving more. Okay, so the right one is swinging. Okay. Left one. What y'all doing? What y'all doing? I am literally not doing this at all. This is them. What y'all doing, babies? What y'all doing, babies? Okay, lefty is doing something. Okay, lefty looks like lefty wants to move. Back out. Okay, right is moving. Back that way. Ooh, lefty is moving too. All right, so we have our no. So as you can see, that kind of took a little while. But thank you, Spirit. Thank you for answering the question. The question was, are the pants that I'm wearing the color white? They took their time, but they finally said no. So thank you for that. So this is interesting. This is Pac-Man. That was your favorite game back in the day? Yeah, I love me some Pac-Man. Let me take my shoes off because my feet are hot. Oh, whew. Praise God. Oh, feel that air on my feet. Praise God. All right, let's try another question. But before I do that, let me try to get comfortable in this chair. This metal is not comfortable for me to lean on or up against. So, okay, so I'm gonna try this like this. Let me put this up here so I can have some, so they can swing freely. Okay, so now, all right, let's try another question for, let me see. Okay, let's try another question. Okay, Spirit, using both of the rods together simultaneously, please tell us yes or no. Am I wearing a t-shirt that has Pac-Man from the video game on it? Yes or no? Please tell us quickly, both of you working together. And I'm also learning how to do this with you all because this is new to me. I have never used rods before I bought them. So I'm learning to still myself internally. And usually when I like let go, when you're just still and you let go, I feel them and see them like starting to move, if that makes sense. And I'm still working on how to prompt them as well. So, Spirit, let me ask again. Please tell us yes or no with the rods, with both rods working together. Am I currently wearing a Pac-Man t-shirt? Yes or no? All right, so we have our yes. Thank you so much for answering the question. I appreciate that. So yeah, when they started to move, was when I was just really just trying to like calm my breath and not talk, calm my breath and not talk. But the reason why like I'm chatting in between asking the questions is because I don't want it to be like so much like dead air waiting for them to move, but me quieting my breath and letting them do what they do is better for me or better for the outcome. Yeah, they're really moving. Yes, Kevin. Hey, girl. Hey, sweet Ace of Silhouette. Kevin said they're really moving. Okay, so we have our two yes confirmations or correct answered questions. I asked first, were the pants that I'm wearing currently purple? You can see that they are. And then I asked if the shirt, yes or no, if I'm wearing a Pac-Man shirt. And we saw the yes. So, right, and not being anxious. Because this is new for me. Using this form of divination is new for me. So I'm learning. I'm learning here with you all. So, being that we have had our two confirmations, two correctly answered questions, put a purple ball or a purple crystal heart next to your question. It has to be a yes or no question. Make sure your question is clear and concise. I mean, clear with specific details. It can't be open ended, or else we're not going to get an answer. It has to be specific so that spirit can either say yes or no with these rods. Okay. So, with that being said, somebody go ahead with the first question. Okay, Kevin. Kevin says he got one. Okay, put a purple heart, purple crystal ball by your question. Make sure it's a yes or no question. Use details. Okay, so we're waiting for Kevin. Let me get a sip of water. Mm-hmm. So good. Make sure this. Okay. So we're just waiting for Kevin's question. We're waiting for Kevin's question. I wonder if I can do this like this, if this will be better. Oh, this may work. Let me see if this. Okay, yeah, this could work. This could work just like this. Let me make sure I keep my fingers down. So we're just waiting for Kevin's question. We're just waiting for Kevin's question. We're waiting for Kevin's question. And there is currently a deer walking around in the backyard. Currently a deer. We like the deers. So we're waiting for Kevin's question. We're waiting for Kevin's question. Let me just swing this. Okay, so yeah, we're waiting for Kevin's question. My water bottle out the way. We're waiting for Kevin's question. It's okay, Kevin. All right, Spirit, please help me in answering Kevin's question. Spirit, Kevin's question is he doing the right thing by leaving the youth program in his local town to pursue another venture with another colleague within the United States of America? Please tell us quickly, concisely, both of you working together, yes or no. Let's help answer Kevin's question. All right, I ask again. Please answer Kevin's question. Please tell us yes or no. Is Kevin doing the right thing by leaving the youth program in his local town to pursue another venture with another colleague within the United States? Please tell us yes or no, both of you working together. Mhm. Okay, so I think they're saying no, Kevin. I think the answer is no. Yeah, I think the answer is no. Oh, the little deer. Oh, there are two deer here in the backyard. No. Okay, so thank you so much, Spirit, for answering the question. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question a different way so we can see what they say. So I'm going to ask the question this way. Okay, Spirit, please tell us yes or no. Is should Kevin stay at the youth program in his local town? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. Should Kevin stay? Should Kevin stay at the youth program in his local town? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. Should Kevin stay at the youth program in his local town? All right, so Kevin, you have your answer. So I thank you so much, Spirit, for answering the question. So we asked, would it be good for Kevin to leave the current program? Spirit said no. I asked the question again in a different way. I asked if Kevin should stay with his youth program in the town, and they said yes. Yeah. So thank you so much, Spirit. So Kevin, you have your answer with that. Okay. So Lady Redbird, if you have a question, go ahead and ask your question. If you have a question. Um, Lady Redbird. So I hope that answers your question, Kevin. I hope that answers your question. Um, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah, pull my little shirt down. So yeah, Kevin, I don't know. Are they trying to take you across country or something, and you ain't feeling it? Because if you live in the South, Kevin, if you live in the South, uh, in my opinion, please stay there because everywhere else is expensive. Like for real, it's expensive. And if you live in the South where it's regular prices, please stay there, baby. Okay, so to answer both questions, like okay. All right, so next question is from Lady Redbird. All right, Spirit, we are currently. All right, Spirit, please help me answer Lady Redbird's question. Lady Redbird asks, will Lady Redbird get a contract out of the flyers that she's putting out for her business? So Lady Redbird is putting flyers out for her business. By her putting the flyers out, will she get a contract from someone? Please tell us yes or no. Quickly, concisely, both of the rods working together. All right, Lady Redbird, the answer is yes. Thank you so much, Spirit, for helping these people out. Thank you so much for answering their questions, Spirit. Okay, so Lady Redbird, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. All right. Okay, Kevin says yes for real, and I live in the South. I think I know where you live, Kevin. I'm not going to say the city, but I think I know where you live, if I'm correct. Um, Kevin, if you live in the city that has 5 letters in the name, stay there. Stay there, baby. Stay there, because it's expensive everywhere. Okay. Yeah, stay where it's affordable at, baby. You're welcome. You're welcome. Kevin said everywhere else is either too hot, too cold, or too pricey. Listen, Kevin, if you live in the place and the name of the city has 5 letters in the name, stay there, baby. Stay there. Stay there, baby. All right, let's get some more questions in. Let's get some more questions in. And I am so sorry. The yard people are here. The landscapers are here, so they can turn on the sprinklers. They got the lawnmower going, cutting his grass. I'm so sorry if it gets loud, y'all. But I'm sitting outside today because the weather is nice. Now I don't know why this man then turned on these sprinklers and he trying to cut this grass. Who out here trying to cut some wet grass? I don't think he has a brain. His brain might not be working. But anywho, next question. Who has a question? Come on in with your questions because we are here together. So come on in with these questions. Come on in with these questions. So question. Look at Sleepy B out here being nosy. Okay, now Sleepy B, be a little bit more specific because that's a very general question. So with a general question like that, the answer is yes, or it could be no. So if you're talking about making more specific with certain people that you might be thinking about, so we can have a better answer. So as soon as Sleepy B makes that a little bit more clear and detailed, we will ask the question. And yes, this man really is out here with the weed whacker trying to cut some wet grass. I don't think his brain is functioning. Maybe that hat a little too tight on his head. So go and reformulate your question, Sleepy B. Yeah, you have to be very, very specific. Oh, and let me say that I am uploading. I'm uploading the talisman. The talisman that I showed you all how to make yesterday. I'm uploading that to members only. And then I'm going to put the other video back. So as soon as it finishes uploading and stuff, then I'll put the other video back. Okay, so Sleepy B reformulated her question. And again, I'm so sorry. I wish the man would leave because he making all this noise. I didn't think they were going to come today because it's so late. They normally come earlier in the day. But let's see. Okay, Spirit, please help me answer Sleepy B's question. Sleepy B asks, is the spiritual beat between Indra and Boho, so the real Boho Bay and Indra, is that spiritual beat real? Yes or no? Please show us quickly, concisely, both of you working together. Okay, so the answer is no. Thank you so much, Sleepy B. Thank you so much, Sleepy B. And thank you, Spirit, for answering the question. Now, I have a question myself, and this is going to be a follow up to your question. All right. So, Spirit, please tell us. Okay, I'm trying to get the rods where you all can see them. Spirit, please tell us yes or no, quickly, concisely, with both of you working together. Is Indra creating a beef with Boho, with the real Boho Bay? Okay, so we have a yes. So Spirit and these rods say Indra is the one creating the beef. These rods say that Indra is the one creating the beef with the real Boho Bay. Okay. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Spirit, for answering the question. Okay, Spirit, I have another question as it relates to the topic that Sleepy Bee brought up. Spirit, please answer yes or no quickly with both of you working together. Is Indra jealous of the real Boho Bay's success as a spiritual practitioner? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. All right, we have an answer. According to Spirit and these rods, Indra is jealous of the real Hobart, of the real Boho Bay. According to Spirit and these rods, Indra is jealous. Thank you so much for answering the question, Spirit and Rod. So we answered Sleepy Bee's question. Uh, it's Indra creating the drama, according to Spirit and these rods. According to what Spirit just told all of us, it's Indra creating the mess because she's jealous. So Sleepy Bee out here talking about some. Listen, I'm just answering you guys' questions. I'm just answering y'all questions. Uh huh. Next question. Next question from the audience. Medic. Next question from the audience, people. Next question from the audience. What's the next question? Who got the next question? But yeah, this not her. This ain't her. What is this? It's not her. It's someone else. It's usually someone else. Um, Mm-hmm. Someone else. All right, who got the next question? Listen, Sleepy B said she was just being nosy. I know you were just being nosy. I know you were being nosy, girl. I know you were. Okay. I know you were. Ooh, I gotta shave my arms. But I know you were. But now you have the answer. You have the answer. You have your answer. Okay, so we have another question from our good buddy old pal Kevin. All right, let me get situated again. Make sure they can swing freely. All right, Spirit, please help answer. Please help answer the next question. Kevin has a question. All right, I'm going to read you Kevin's question. Spirit, what Kevin asks, is Donald Trump on the verge of being unalived, murdered, or killed during his presidency? Nope, nope. Let me ask that again. Okay, so let's clear this energy out. Okay, let me start swinging them and let's see. Okay, okay, Spirit, let's answer Kevin's question. Kevin asks, is the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, on the verge of being unalived during this current presidency? With his obese, heart attack leaning self? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. Kevin out here being messy. Okay. If y'all didn't know, that was Kevin cussing. That was Kevin cussing. Okay, because see, Kevin is a southern gentleman. Okay. Kevin don't really use all that potty mouth talk like the rest of us heathens do. So that was Kevin cussing right there. Okay. All right, Spirit, let's answer Kevin's question. Is the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, on the verge of being unalived during this current presidency? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. I know Kevin enough to know. Like I said, Kevin is a southern gentleman. Okay. Kevin is a conservative southern gentleman. Okay, he don't talk all that foolishness. He don't be dropping the F bombs and stuff. At least not on YouTube, he don't. Okay, Kevin is a southern gentleman. Okay. Okay. So that was Kevin cussing. All right, Spirit said no. Spirit said no. Thank you, Spirit. Now, Spirit, I have a question. You've answered this question before, and I kindly ask that you please ask it again. Yes or no, is Donald Trump, the current president of the United States, part of the destiny and fate of the United States of America? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. Okay, so like I keep telling y'all, Donald Trump is part of the fate and the destiny of the United States. He has some aspects in his natal chart that are aligned with the foundational chart of the United States, which is why he is here. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Spirit. Okay, next question. She said, really, Kevin? Yes, 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 yes. I know you polished with your words, Kevin. Yeah, I know you Southern. So yeah. So Kevin, the answer to your question was no. The answer to my question is yes. Donald Trump is yes, he is part of the fate and the destiny of the United States of America. So this country has to go through this BS in order to change. So let me ask Spirit that before I get to Sleepy Bee's question. Okay, Spirit, please tell us yes or no quickly. So the United States is currently going through financial, cultural, um, racial tensions, all types of issues. So, Spirit, my question is what the United States is going through now something that we have to go through in order for this country to change into something better? Please show us yes or no quickly with the rods, with both of you working together. Okay, so this is yes. This is yes. They are crossed. This is yes. So we here in the United States, thank you so much for answering the question. So we everything that we're going through right now, the elections, the this, that, and the third, ICE, all of this stuff, the conversations about whether or not immigrants can be here, the financial stuff, like all this stuff is things that we have to go through, that this country has to go through in order to change. Okay. In order to change. Okay. So I want you all to understand that we have to go through it. So let me ask another question. I promise we're gonna get to your question, Sleepy B. Okay, Spirit, please tell us yes or no. Is everything that we are going through right now, is everything that the United States of America, the citizens of the United States of America going through right now during Donald Trump's second term as president, is this fated? Is this destiny for the United States to go through? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. I'll ask again, Spirit. Donald Trump's second term as president of the United States and everything that the United States citizens are going through during his second term, is this fate? Is this fate? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. Please show us yes or no. Mhm. Quickly, please show us yes or no, both of you working together. We are kindly waiting for you to answer. Is everything that we are going through right now here in the United States with Donald Trump as president for the second time, is this fate? Is this fate for the United States? Okay, so the left one, when it's a yes, the right one, kind of, I don't know, it's not fully crossed yet. Please answer yes or no so we can move on to the next question. Because we got to get to Sleepy Bee's question. Okay, so the answer is yes. The answer is yes. Okay, so let me go to, that's a good question, Kevin. Okay, we're going to go to Sleepy Bee's question. Okay, Sleepy Bee, I'm going to add to your question. I'm going to add publicly to your question, okay? Because the question that you ask, Sleepy Bee, is could be answered in private. So you want to know about publicly. Okay, so I'm going to ask it with the word public in it. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much for answering our questions. Please answer this next one. So, Sleepy Bee, she asks, will the current president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, be publicly diagnosed with dementia? So, will the citizens of the United States find out about whether or not he has a dementia? Will we be told about it? So, I'll ask again, Spirit. If the president of the United States, Donald Trump, has dementia, will the citizens of the United States be told that he has dementia during his presidential term? Please show us yes or no. Quickly, both of you working together. Oh, I can feel them moving. Okay, Sleepy B, the answer is no. No. The answer is no. Thank you so much, Spirit. Yeah, girl, the answer is no. So if he does have dementia or if he becomes diagnosed with it, they won't tell us. They won't tell us. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get to Kevin's question. Yeah, y'all, please hit the like button because I'm sitting here doing this with you all live, trying to make sure everybody can see and everything like that. Okay, so let me make sure if this swings, it won't. Okay, so I gotta, okay. All right, Spirit. All right, please tell us the answer to this question. Kevin asks, would the United States of America be going through similar issues right now if my sorority sister, Kamala Harris, had won the presidency? Please show us yes or no with the rods, both of them working together. Would the United States of America be going through the same thing if Kamala had won or Kamala had, become president of the United States? Please show us yes or no with the rods. Both of you are working together. Please show us quickly. Yeah, they haven't really moved yet after I reposition my hand. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. I gotta go with no. Yes or no? No. Thank you so much, Spirit. And the answer is no. So listen, they said no. This isn't me. They said no. But let me ask another question. That's a good question, Kevin. That's a good question. And I'm trying to make sure I say centered so everyone can see. Okay, Spirit, please tell us with the rods, yes or no. Did the Is it true, yes or no, that the current president of the United States, Donald Trump, cheated and stole the 2024 presidential election? Please show us with the rods, yes or no. Well, you all have your answer. Yes, he cheated and stole the election, allegedly. Thank you so much for answering the question, Spirit. Okay, Let's ask another question. All right, Spirit. Thank you for answering the last question. Okay. Did did he steal the presidential election? Did Donald Trump steal the presidential election with the help of Elon Musk? Please show us yes or no with the rods, both of you working together. The answer is yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. So the answer is yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, that's a good question. All right, Spirit. I love us asking these questions. All right, Spirit, please tell us. Let me make sure I'm good space apart. All right, Spirit, please tell us yes or no with the rods. In addition to help from Elon Musk, did the President of the United States, the current 2026 President of the United States, did he steal the election with the help of um, the people known as small hats? Oh, that was a quick one. That was a quick yes. So, Kevin, there you go, Kevin. That was a quick yes right there. Yes. Yes. Spirit says yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. All right, y'all. So we getting into it. So I can feel like the energy is flowing better now. Let me see if this is going to swing correctly. Okay, so the energy is flowing better now. Okay, so Spirit, please help us answer the next question. Sweet Aces Silhouette asks, will the citizens of the United States ever get the fully unredacted Epstein file? So will we, the public, the citizens of the United States, ever get the fully redacted Jeffrey Epstein files? Please show us yes or no. Quickly, both of you working together. No. I mean, I appreciate you asking, Sweet Ace of Silhouette, but they said no. No. Thank you for asking, Sweet. Thank you for asking, Sweet Aces. I mean, listen, those of us who care about things like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, who got the next question? This is getting good. This is getting good. This is getting good. I'm actually enjoying this. Please keep coming with the questions, especially the political tea questions. Please keep coming with the questions because listen, we got questions and we need answers. Okay, so let's get into it. All right. So let me make sure that I'm over enough. Okay, Spirit. The next question is from Sleepy B. She asks, will there be another virus scare before September 2026? Because right now, there's the hantavirus, there's the Ebola. So will there be any other major deadly disease outbreak spread scare before September 2026? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. Please answer quickly. They said yes. So this is yes. So they said yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Next. Next question. Not Kevin said back to political messages. Yeah, I would prefer to stay in the political world events category because these things affect all of us, right? When there are policies being made, whether we like them or not, they affect all of us. These things affect all of us. So I like that. Okay, they said. Next question. Next caller. Next question. Next caller. Let me check my phone and my notifications real quick. Next question. Next caller. Let me see what stocks close out at. hmm Stocks are currently hanging in the balance because we don't know if we back fully at war with them people or not. Listen. Okay, so next question. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's true. That's true. She asked virus. She didn't ask specific virus, but it could be COVID, it could be flu, it could be Ebola, it could be hantavirus, it could be H1N1. We don't know. She just asked virus scare. Y'all see right here what the rise in them saying. Okay. Hey, High Vibe. How you doing? I ain't seen you in a while, boo. Okay, let's answer High Vibe's question. All right, Spirit. Thank you so much for answering all of the questions. The next question is from High Vibe 001. She asks, will the current president of the United States expire end of life during his second term in office? Please show us yes or no quickly. Both of you working together. Okay, so they say yes. They say yes. Okay, so they say yes, and I'm waiting for the man to take his ass home somewhere because he ain't shit else to blow. Ain't no more grass clippings and nothing to blow. Take your ass on, like seriously. Now he bring his ass over here. Anywho, anywho. Okay, so yeah. All right, and remember to put a purple heart or a crystal ball by your question. Okay. Okay. So let me get back into it. Okay. Like he literally blowing up under these pine tree, and the pine tree needs to go keep falling. But anyway, they, they just be annoying the shit out of me. Okay, let me calm myself and center myself and get ready for these next questions. Okay, so the next question is from Gloria. The next question is from Gloria, and Gloria asks, "Okay, Gloria, you got to be more specific. You got to be more specific with your question, Gloria. I need you to be specific about what being overturned, what year, what presidential term. So, Gloria, re-ask your question with the specifics because that's too vague. Okay. So, okay. While Gloria resubmits her question, we are going to go to Sweet Ace's silhouette. So let me just go and get a little bit of movement going. Okay, the next question is from Sweet Ace's silhouette, and she asks, will the current prime minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, uh, clock out in 2027? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. And I need for you all to, as you're asking your questions, put the actual words in there or similar words because asking like this it can throw it off. Yeah, whatever she's asking in her question, please show us yes or no. Ooh, they moving, they moving, they moving. Okay, Sweet Ace's silhouette. According to these rods, the answer to your question is yes. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so according to these rods, the answer is yes. Okay. So we're going to the next question from our good sis. From our good sis, Sweet Ace's Silhouette again. Okay, so Spirit, Sweet Ace's Silhouette, she has another question. Please answer the question for her. Spirit, is Bibi Netanyahu, is he tied to the destiny of the United States of America? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. So the answer to your question is yes. Hmm. Listen, the way I know some people are literally going to have parties. I mean, because everybody got to transition, right? The way I know some people will be having parties is insane. Um. Okay. Thank you, Gloria, for resubmitting your question. I will answer your question after I answer High Vibes question. Okay. Um. Okay. All right. Spirit, thank you for answering all of the questions. So right now we're going to go to High Vibe 001's question, and she asks, in the next few years, will there be another real estate market crash similar to the 2008 real estate market crash? Please show us yes or no, both of them working together. Both of you working together. The answer to your question is yes. Within the next few years, there will be another real estate market crash like the one in 2008. Thank you for asking the question, girl. Okay, so now we're getting a glorious question. All right, thank you so much, Spirit, for answering all the questions. We have another question. Gloria has resubmitted her question. Spirit, will any of the United States of America Supreme Court justices be impeached? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. I'll ask again, Spirit. Spirit, will any of the current United States of America Supreme Court justices be impeached? Please show us yes or no. Working together. Jesus. All right. Sorry, I had to readjust. Will any of the current United States of America Supreme Court justices be impeached? No. The answer is no. Oh, the deer is back. So the answer to your question, Gloria, is no. Mm-mm. The answer is no. None of them are going to be impeached. Please keep these questions coming. I'm enjoying this because I don't know what's coming up next. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let me set my phone over here. Okay. All right, who got the next question? I like these questions. Let's keep it coming. Listen, y'all, I'm sore. Listen, it's real out here in these streets. It's real out here in these streets. It's real out here in these streets. In these political streets, baby. It's real out here in these streets. Next question. Okay. So the next question is from our good sis, Sweet Aces Silhouette again. All right, Spirit. Sweet Aces Silhouette asks, will any of the current Supreme Court justices pass away in 2027? Will any of the current United States of America Supreme Court justices pass away in 2027? Okay, they said yes. They said yes. I'm not here trying to predict death. We're just using these rods to answer questions. We have to see how things will play out. But they said yes. They said yes. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Let's keep these questions going. Cause it's real out here in the streets. And they were quick with that one. They were just like, yes. They were just like, yes, please. They were just like, yes, please. Child. Real out here in these streets. It's real out here in these streets. That's a good question. Okay, Spirit, thank you so much for answering all of our questions. Sleepy Bee has another question. She asks, as of right now, whatever you can see, whatever you can tell us, will my sorority sister, Kamala Harris, run for President of the United States of America in the year 2028? Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. Personally, I don't think so, but let's see what Spirit says. At least as of right now, they're saying no. So just to confirm, Spirit, will Kamala Harris, my sorority sister, run for president of the United States again, the United States of America again in the year 2028? Yes or no? As of right now, it's no. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Kevin has the next question. All right, Spirit. Kevin asks, if Kamala Harris does run for president of the United States in 2028, would she win? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. I don't know what's going on here, but we're just waiting. No. Spirit is the answer. Is Spirit, are you saying that Kamala Harris would not win presidency of the United States of America in 2028 because she's not going to run? Please show us yes or no. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so they're saying that she won't win presidency of the United States because she's not going to run. So if she's not going to even be in the race, then Okay, thank you, Spirit, for answering the questions. We going back to answering a question from High Vibe. High Vibe asks, will the Democrats take back Congress in the 2026 midterm elections? Will the Democratic Party of the United States of America take back Congress in the 2026 midterm elections? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. Thank you, Spirit. And a follow up to High Vibes question. Will it matter if the Democrats do take back Congress during the midterms of 2026? Will they be effective in changing things for the better in this country? Please show us yes or no. Okay, so high vibe, it doesn't even matter if they do take back Congress in 2026. It doesn't matter because they ain't gonna do nothing no way. Thank you so much, Spirit. Spirit, I have another question. And I'm just swinging these rods to try and get some movement going. Spirit, does the United States of America need an entirely new political system? No. Okay. Spirit, does in order for the United States and the citizens of the United States to have better lives and whatnot, do we have to take the money out of the political system? Because the United States of America has all these political action groups, and do we have to take money out of politics in order for the United States of America to move forward and be better? Please show us yes or no. Okay, so it's not necessarily about, it's about money. Should the United States of America, should the political system of the United States of America get rid of the electoral college? Yes or no? Okay, so Spirit says we got to take money out of politics and we got to get rid of the electoral college. Okay, thank you so much, Spirit. So let me move on to the next question. The next question is from Sweet Ace of Silhouette. Sweet Ace of Silhouette. All right, Spirit. Sweet Ace of Silhouette. She has a question. She asks, is Clarence Thomas currently on the Supreme Court of the United States? Is it him that's going to expire in 2027? In 2027? Is it Clarence Thomas that's going to expire in 2027? Please show us yes or no. They said no. They said no. They said it ain't gonna be him. Thank you, Spirit. This is so okay. So, Spirit. Okay, the next question is from our good sis High Vibe again, and she asks, will there be a woman candidate for president of the United States in the 2028 presidential election and race? Please show us yes or no. They said no. Spirit, let me follow up with that question. Follow up to her question. Spirit, if there was a woman running for president of the United States of America in 2028, would she be elected? Please show us yes or no. No, no. Spirit, I have a follow up question from that. Is it true that the social, political, economic, justice, and healthcare systems of the United States of America, is it true that these systems hate women? Please show us yes or no. All right, let me ask one by one. Does the political system, political machine of the United States of America hate women? Please show us yes or no. Okay, yes. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. Does the economic system of the United States of America hate women? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. Yes. Oh, child. This is wow. This is wow. This is wow. I'm not even going further with that. Let me get to some other questions. Okay, the next question is from the next question is from High Vibe. She asks another question. She asks, should black people leave the United States of America in its current form? Please show us yes or no. The United States, as it is right now, should black people, not people who identify as black, people who are actually black racially, should they leave the United States of America? Okay. Spirit said yes. Black people should leave the United States of America. Thank you so much, Spirit. Oh, hey, Nyla. I didn't even know you were here. I'm focusing on these rides. Y'all throw some blue hearts in the chat for Nyla. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, Nyla, I need for you to be more specific with your question. Do you mean like, please be? So what I've learned, Nyla, in working with these, this is like my third time like being live with these rods. What I've learned through working with these rods, just me, is that they need a specific question. So like, are you asking about California by itself or Texas by itself or, you know, so yeah. Yeah. Hey, Nyla Boo. Oh, you wasn't asking? Okay. 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 So listen, this is real interesting. They said we should, these rods said black people should leave. Now, what you do is up to you. It's up to you. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. She was being hypothetical about the electoral college questions. Yeah. Hey, girl. Okay. Well, you know where to find me. You know where to find me. Uh, okay. Listen. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I am not the political maestro. I'm just asking questions because I think it's interesting. I mean, listen, listen. I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. Yeah, it's very interesting. This is like this is very interesting. Um, very interesting. Please keep coming with the questions. So, like this is good. Like I'm enjoying this. Let me get a sip of water. Nyla Boo, we got to get ourselves together for Vegas now. I'm gonna be there next month. I'm flying in on Sunday the 19th. I'm leaving on Friday the 24th, 25th, whatever date that Friday is when I'm leaving. But we got to get ourselves together for Vegas, Nyla. Maybe we can do something to stream or something while I'm there. Yeah, see, I tried a pendulum before. It didn't really work out. It didn't work out for me. That pendulum was lying. I was like, you know what? I can't work with you no more. You're real pretty, but I can't work with you no more. Uh, okay, high vibe. Ask your question, but put like a time limit on it. So like, are you asking like within the next year, within the next 5 years? Put a limit on there so that we can ask the question. You gonna make Taz grill? Does the goat know he gonna be grilling? Does the goat know he gonna be grilling? Oh yeah, Nyla, I'm smaller than when you last saw me. Yeah, I'm 35 pounds smaller than when you last saw me, Nyla. So okay, thank you, high vibe. Okay, y'all, I'm just asking the rods questions. I'm asking the rods your questions. I'm just answering questions. It doesn't mean that I'm with these answers. It doesn't mean that I support the answers. It doesn't mean that I don't support the answers. I'm just answering y'all questions with the rods. This is what we using the rods for. Okay, so spirit. Our good sis high vibe is asking another question. She asks, will racially black people, lose the right to vote in the United States of America between now and the year 2030? Please show us yes or no. Y'all, I am freaking starving. Like all of a sudden, like I'm hungry. I think it's this that's draining me. Okay, high vibe, they say no. Nyla says Taz no now. Okay, girl. Yeah, just let me know, Nyla, because I'll be available like in the evenings. So like, I mean, it just really depends. We can set something up. I might skip out on some of the meetings I have to go to so I can hang out and eat and be cute. But yeah, just let me know, Nyla. And of course, I'll text you when I get there. And I'm staying at the Aria, Nyla. So it's already paid for, baby. Okay, so high vibe, they say no. They say no. Okay. All right, Spirit, we're going to our good sis CS. CS asks, should racially black people leave the United States of America before the end of 2026? Please show us yes or no. Both of you working together. They say no. Yeah, this spun all the way back around. No. So yes, the answer is no. But at some point, Spirit said you should leave. But they say by the end of this year, no. Okay. Yeah, I really think it's this that's draining me because there is no way, like after eating like 610 calories, I should be hungry now. But I think it's this that's draining me. And this drains me in a different way than reading tarot does. Reading tarot makes me tired. This makes me hungry. And like I ate. When I tell you, like I had a it was one egg, two pieces of bacon, and two pieces of toast. So the bread was like 110 calories a slice. You know, an egg is like 80, 90 calories. Bacon is like, for two slices, it's like 180. I had coconut oil. I cooked it in coconut oil. Like, and I had like a cheese stick, like, you know, the individual like snack size cheese. Like, I like pepper jack cheese is my favorite cheese. Like, I ate that too. And I had a handful of pecans before I worked out like I'm starving right now, and I think it's this. I think it's this. Okay. So, Spirit, thank you so much for answering the questions. The next question is from High Vibe, and she asks, should racially black people leave the United States of America before the year 2030? So, between now and 2030. They say yes. They say yes. They say yes. So, Kevin, we already asked that question, and they said no. So they said black people should leave the United States of America by 2030, but not before the end of this year. Okay, so answering her question, said yes. Listen, this is this is what they're saying. This isn't me. This isn't Q. I have no input at all. I'm just sitting here working them. Okay, so let me answer this question because this is specific. Okay, so Spirit, thank you so much for answering all of the audience's questions today, including mine. Spirit, should Black people leave the United States of America before Agenda 2030 is enacted, is fully enacted, before Agenda 2030? Please show us yes or no. They said yes. They said yes. Thank you so much, Spirit. Mhm. Okay, let me ask this question. Okay, Spirit, should Black people in the United States of America leave the United States of America before the end of 2027. Please show us yes or no, both of you working together. They say yes. Who child? Okay. Okay, they say yes. Okay. Okay, so Agenda 2030. Listen, I'm just answering y'all's questions. I'm just answering y'all questions here live. Um with these here rods. Okay. Are y'all ready to switch over to tarot? So we can kind of get like deeper into the yeses and nos. Because we can do that. No, we can do that. I really meant to come back to you all last night, but I was so tired. And by the time I ate, I was just like, you know what, I'm sleepy. So I got into bed and that was the end of that. So what we're doing right now is what we're supposed to be doing. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roz. I appreciate y'all. All right. So now we got to get into in depth with some of these questions. Now we got to get in depth. So let me this is a deck that I bought because I thought the artwork was cool. Let me make sure I only have tarot cards here. And let me just count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 70, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, so a standard tarot deck has 78 cards. This is a brand new deck. I have never worked with these cards before, so this is going to be new. This is new experiences I'm sharing with y'all here in the public. All right, now we got to get into this. So let me put this back some more. Just get this down just a little bit more. Okay. Because I got my whole Wi-Fi set up out here. Okay, we gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So if you ask the question and you got an answer, you need to get into specifics. Go ahead, get some questions ready. All right, y'all know what to do. Purple heart, purple crystal ball by your question. So let me start shuffling so we can get into it. I'm waiting for y'all's questions. Waiting for your questions. Let me take my watch off because I don't want my watch to think I'm getting some steps when I am not. All right, y'all. I'm waiting for y'all. I'm waiting for y'all questions. I'm waiting for y'all's questions. Okay, so let me go be nosy real quick. I see something happening. Mm, mm. I'm just being nosy. Okay. All right. Kevin's question is, how is Agenda 2030 connected to Black people needing to leave the United States of America? Okay. Hmm. Mm. So this is my first time using these cards, so give me a sec while I kind of see what's going on. So more instability, more instability. Instability as far as things that we may or may not be able to do. Instability as far as ways that we can build ourselves up. Being presented with false choices. Um, yeah, being presented with false choices. And yeah, yeah. Okay, so false choices and more instability. And instability as it pertains to just being stable, like things that you need to be stable. So whether that's housing or economics or okay, and this is just general. This doesn't mean you as a person. This is just general as far as like Black people as a whole. So instability, not being able to this the decisions that you want to make, the things that you want to do, not being able to do them, instability, as well as not having choices. Not having choices. Thinking that you have choices, but not really any choices. So yeah, that's what that means. Yeah, a lot of restrictions. A lot of restrictions. This is I don't want to say like a spiritual death, but a spiritual death. Saturn has a lot to do with this. So Saturn and the restrictions, Saturn and the constriction, the ways that Saturn tightens things up. Um, because this is the devil right here. This is the devil. So, so that's answering that question. So being restricted, being tied up even more, not being able to be stable, whatever stability means to you. Okay, so the next question is from Kevin again. Kevin asks, "What is expected to happen to the U.S. as we get closer to 2020?" Okay, so that's two questions. Let's start with the first half. So, Spirit, what's expected to happen to the United States as we get closer to 2030? What is expected to happen to the United States as we get closer to 2030? Child, who is this? Mm, what? What the hell? Oh my goodness. So, listen, I'm just telling y'all what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying, um, control, like not necessarily a dictatorship, but a dictatorship. Um, strong control. Um, that will cause a lot of mental anguish. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Almost like slavery, but more like countries that have people like that. So, they talk about Putin, they talk about North Korea. So this whoever this person is supposed to be, um, yeah, some type of weird ruler. Um, Now, Kevin asks, is this connected to the American Empire falling? And it's, so let's see, spirit, this connected to the legend of the end of the American Empire. Please show us. Okay, so I want you all to start seeing these cards that keep reappearing. The Warrior of the Scepter. I feel like this is saying war, some type of war. Because I kind of feel like this is saying, like, okay, we got this shit going on. Then we have this warrior here, right? This is the Knight of Wands. And then after whatever the Knight of Wands is doing, then the peace will come. But in order for peace to come, there has to be some type of instability. So it's possible that this means some type of war, civil war. I don't know if it means physical kinetic war or like war against like the system or, but yeah. Listen, Kevin, you ain't got to be a tarot reader to be connected to spirit. Okay, spirit is for all of us. Spirit, God, the source talks to all of us, because how I read tarot is not necessarily what the cards say, but the feelings and the thoughts and the emotions that I get when I'm looking at certain cards. So. All right, next question is from High Vibe. High Vibe asks, what will happen within the next year that requires Black people to leave by the end of 2027? Ooh, that's not good. Hmm. 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 So what this is telling me is the potential for more death and harm to Black bodies. The potential for more harm and more death to happen to Black bodies. Answering that question. All right, next question. Sleepy V asks, should Black people leaving the United States be treated as an exodus, or is it per person, region, area specific? That's a good question. All right, Spirit. Should Black people just as a Black people be leaving the United States, or is it specific on a case by case basis? So let's see. So Spirit said that it's on a case by case basis and it depends on what type of money that you have. If you have the money and the funds to leave, then you should leave. Or Spirit says if you are thinking about leaving the United States and you have the means, the financial means to leave the United States and camp out in another country for a little while, then you should do so. So it's more of like on a case by case basis. It's more on a case by case basis. It's on a case by case basis. So it's on a case by case basis. If you got the money to, um, the money, the means, the finances to leave, and you want to leave, you should be getting your plan in order. This is what Spirit says. You should be getting your plan in order if you have the money to do so. Okay, so we're going to High Vibes question. High Vibe asks, will Black people not be able to leave the U.S. after 2027? And I know that, there are a lot of people that still have family and children and parents and stuff like that. And all that factors into your decisions. But tell me what they say. I've asked, will Black people not be able to leave the U.S. after 2027? Are you serious? No, it's not necessarily that, but Spirit says that you have to choose. You have to choose what means more to you. You have to choose what means more to you. And whatever you choose that means more to you, that's where you put your hope and your energy into. If you think things will be fine, you think things will just blow over, you think that eventually things will be fine, then stay. But Spirit is saying that unfortunately, people are going to have to make a choice. Are you going to? Okay, because let me tell you what Spirit is telling me. This is what Spirit is telling me. Spirit is saying you have a choice. You have a choice to leave and protect the future of your bloodline if you have the means to do so and you can leave, or you can be held back or stay because you don't feel like it's fair for you to leave and you leave other people that you care about behind. So there's going to be some emotional energy and emotional ties to all of this. Are you saving the past? Are you preserving the past, or are you trying to save your future? And you have to make that choice. This is what Spirit is telling me. Hmm. Okay, the next question is from Kevin. Kevin asks, for those of us that have to stay or have no choice but to stay, what would be the best course of action? Financial community. Building your financial community. Hmm. Building up your discernment and building up your financial community. You're going to need community, but community with people that you can trust. Hmm. That's what Spirit says. You can, if you have to stay, you better build up your community, but not just community, your financial community, where everybody know what to do or know how to do something. It doesn't mean that pestilence and ravaging war is coming, but you should be in community with people who are just as generous as you, who would help you like you would help them. It has to be a community, and this community has to have good foundations. Hmm. Next question. Listen, I'm just yeah. These are some good questions. These are absolutely good questions. These are good questions. I'm going to end up changing the title of this stream to, something about political questions and 2030 or whatever like that. But yeah, these are some good questions. These are some really good questions. Next question. What time is it? It's 5:30 for me. Oh, y'all, I am sore. I was doing some bent over like dumbbell flies, where you go out like this. Ooh, yes. I was doing those yesterday. My back is bumping, but it's so good. It hurts so good. Hmm. These are some really good questions. They really are some really good questions. Listen, this what Spirit is saying. This isn't me. I'm just answering y'all's questions. I'm just answering y'all questions. So, Kevin asks, does Spirit enjoy our questions about Black people in the U.S.? Spirit, are you enjoying these questions? Listen, I am here to serve my community, and you all are part of my community. Listen, I've been telling my family members, like, listen, make sure y'all have y'all some money on the side. Make sure y'all have y'all some food stocked up. Now, stocked up doesn't mean that you're like a doomsday prepper. It means that, remember COVID? Uh-huh. Have you some food. Have you some food. Have all the things that you need. Because I'm telling you, last year, um, last year, I, you know, so like around like no October, November last year, Mr. Hoodoo and I started buying, and we know everyone can't do what we can do. But last year around October, Mr. Hoodoo and I started buying laundry detergents, dishwashing liquid, toothpaste, toiletries. I made sure I had, we had lotion, face wash. Uh, in April this year, I ordered like a year's worth of contact lenses. We, make sure that we have like all of our vitamins that we take for, at least 3, 4 months. Like just getting these things because as we can see, prices have been creeping up, creeping up, creeping up. We did like a really big grocery shopping. I told y'all we drove that food back from Salt Lake City, Utah. Uh-huh. We bought like all these groceries and stuff that we can put like in the deep freezer and stuff like that. Like we bought all this stuff. We drove it back because listen, and we're still eating some of that food. We're still eating a lot of that food. So I say this to say, I've been telling my family, like, listen, y'all make sure y'all want to have some food, have y'all some money on the side, where just in case, and then I talk to y'all. I'm doing my job as community spiritual worker. As long as I do my job, my job is clear. Okay, does Spirit enjoy our question? That's not funny. It's not that spirit enjoys the question. Spirit is just sharing things before things have the potential to hit the fan. And listen, it may not be the same for everyone because everyone's astrological chart is different. So how you experience life is going to be different than how other people experience life. But the fact of the matter is that at least financially, the stuff in the grocery stores and all like that, we inflation, these gas prices, all some people out here are really hurting and don't know what to do. So, do spirit enjoy these questions? Spirit said, I'm just telling y'all what to do before things potentially hit the fan. Okay, so High Vibe has the next question. She asks, will Black people face the same racist treatment abroad as in the US? That's a good question. That's a good question. Spirit, if Black people as a whole leave the United States, will Black people face the same racist treatment in other countries? Spirit says it's a risk that you have to take. Spirit says if you leave, it's a risk that you have to take. Because Spirit said, do you want to pay $5,000 for rent and experience racism, or do you want to move somewhere else and potentially pay $300 for rent and experience racism? Spirit says it's a risk. It's possible because it's a risk. Something that you have to think about. But it's a risk. A risk you may have to take. That's what Spirit said. It's a risk. Oh, I'm so sore. I'm so sore. Oh, I'm sore. Oh, my skin actually look good right here. Look at my arm looking good right there. I swear it don't look like this in real life. Look at my arm looking good. All right, y'all. So next question. I'm probably gonna get out of here. I'm probably gonna end this at 5:45. It is 5:38 p.m. right now. So probably about the next 5 minutes or so. Yeah, the next 5 minutes or so, I'll probably end the stream. I'll probably end the stream in the next 5 minutes or so. So, very interesting questions. Very interesting questions. I mean, listen, what I would say is, again, do everything that you can to get your money up. That's not illegal. Okay. If you want to leave, and I would suggest people who want to leave start researching now because you don't know what type of visa you might need or, whatever, how much money you might have to have in your account because every country is different. Um, how are you going to deal with money in a new country? All types of things like that. Um, if you want to leave, um, for those who literally can't leave, or like taking care of elderly parents or have children or whatever, and you just can't leave, get your community together. CS says, I'm trying to figure out a question to see exactly how long we have before it's no longer safe. It's really on a case by case basis. It's really on a case by case basis. Where I live, like I live in San Jose, California, which is about 35 miles south of San Francisco. So where I live, um, is completely different from, say, somewhere in like Mississippi, right? It's completely different. So, I mean, I know that there are races and stuff here. I've seen them, I've experienced it here. But like where I live, like right now, like my physical location, I feel safe. Um, I feel safe, but I think it really is on a case by case basis. Um, it's on a case by case basis. So, um, in general, Spirit said Black people should leave, but we all know that that's on a case by case basis. Now, if there are things that you are concerned about, I would say get a reading with me. And I'm not saying that to like, oh, so you can buy something from me. I'm saying that because things are specific, just like astrologically. We all have 24 hours in a day. Your day might be shitty, mine not be, may not be, depending on what's going on in my chart, what's going on in your chart. Right. That's why like all of the, like just sun sign stuff and like that, like it's general because you may share the same sun sign with someone. That doesn't mean that um things are gonna play out for you like it will with someone with the same sun sign, right? So, you know, um yeah, so that, it just really, really depends, right? Okay, Lady Redbird says, thank you for asking all of our questions. And thank you, chat, for giving out good questions for her to answer for us. Have a blessed night. You have a blessed night too. Yeah, like I'm really saying, like I'm not saying to book a natal chart reading with me because I like want the money or whatever like that. It's not about that. It's about helping you see how energies could potentially play out for you. Um, Especially with all of these outer planet movements that's going on. Like, Chiron is about to move into Taurus. Jupiter is about to move into Leo. We have nodal reversals coming up. We have solar eclipses in August coming up. How would those energies potentially affect you? Uranus is in Gemini right now. What house is that for you? Because Gemini kind of acts like Gemini is the wild card. We don't know, Gemini could be good. Uranus and Gemini could be good for you, could be bad for you. It could shake things up for you. Um, you know, so things really, really play out different for everyone. Um, I got laid off during COVID. My husband did not get laid off during COVID. It just wasn't in the cards for me, right? It just wasn't in the cards for me. For him, it was fine. We moved out to California. That wasn't on me. That was part of my husband's, transits in his chart is why we're out here in California, right? So, and just know that all these things, depending on your family and family dynamics and stuff, things could be happening to you or it could be happening to them, right? Um, yeah, so like right now, um, so yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, let me get to this question. High Vibe asks, will it be a point where Black people will have to relocate domestically because of violence? Okay, so will there be violence within the United States that causes Black people to have to relocate within the United States? I mean, it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. So, I guess the good part about where I live is that it ain't really no black people where I live. So, mm, the cup. Seven of Swords. Crocodilo. Interesting. Okay, so Spirit, so answering your question, Spirit says go with your gut feelings. If you feel like you need to move from where you're at, then move. Go with your gut feeling because there's going to be, I don't want to say that there will be hidden energies at play, but I kind of feel like some things are going to be not masked, but some things are going to be there will be lies and like misdirections about things. So when it comes to information that you can trust, yes, you can trust some of the information, but you can't. So Spirit says go with your gut. Go with your gut. If you feel like a place isn't safe or that it's not going to be safe any longer, then you should leave. You should move. Whether it's across city to a different state, you ask domestically. Spirit says, how do you feel? However you feel about it is what you should do. And you say you feel sort of okay being in a blue state. Okay. Okay. Cool. This is just spirit, y'all. This is just spirit. So, all right. So I think I'm done with the questions for right now because now I'm getting physically tired. So when I get physically tired, y'all know that that means it's time for me to pack it up. So I am ending the questions for right now. Um, yeah. So yeah, y'all. So you say you're not. You say you're in a red state, not feeling okay. If you don't feel okay, you need to look to leave. If you don't feel okay, then trust your because your gut is your spirit, your ancestors, your spidey senses, your spirit guides telling you. If you don't feel safe, you listen to it. Intuition, discernment. If you don't feel safe, you need to put you some spiritual protections up as you figure out what it is that you're going to do, and then leave if you need to leave. So listen, change is hard to hear. For some people, change is some people don't like change, and I get it because with change comes uncertainty. But I would rather for you all to change and do something different or move if you have to move than to um potentially stay somewhere and be potentially in danger, right? Yes, change is hard, moving is hard, but especially because we're going to be entering a time period just astrologically where there's going to be a lot of struggles, power struggles between the people of the United States and the forces, government powers that be, right? We are entering that time period, and as the Pluto and Leo generation, it's not everyone, it's not all of them, but it's many of them. As the Pluto power, obsession, control in Leo generation starts to fade away and their time is kind of over, we're going to see people trying to hold on to power and hold on to things the way that things were, or people trying to, or this that generation trying to establish some things to stay in power. So it's going to be power struggles, right? It's going to be that power struggle between the people and the large groups, the governments, the political systems, the people who sign off on policies that become law, right? It is going to be that power straw. So, hey Empress, hey girl. So with with all of this coming to happen, like we saw the Rod say that whether people like Donald Trump or not, he is part of the fabric and the destiny of the United States. With that being said, the things that are happening that we know about, things that we don't know about, it affects the United States as a whole. Now, whether it affects you as an individual is different, but affecting the United States and other countries as a whole, yes, right? So we are into like all these things, like so we're starting to see and understand the fate, the destiny. Some things just are and just have to be. But sometimes shit has to hit the fan. Sometimes things have to um not be good in order for things to change into something else. Now, what is going to change into? I don't know. I don't know. We have Pluto is in Aquarius until like 2033. So we got a long time before Pluto leaves Aquarius. Pluto is an outer planet that we can barely see, okay, having its effect on us, right? Um, Pluto moves very, very slow, right? So, when we think about Aquarius, we're thinking about themes of power, obsession, transformation, the underworld. When we're That's Pluto. When we're thinking about Aquarius, we're thinking about integrated systems, we're thinking about technology, we're thinking about people. So we might see some weird shit come into play with weird AI shit, with weird extra governance, extra big brother. I told y'all that the powers that be, they tell you what they're going to do. It's up to us as the people to say no and fight against it. I told y'all I saw the movie Mercy, okay, about AI being the court system. Okay, Mercy is on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, go watch the movie Mercy tonight. The AI was the judge, okay, for that man's trial. And he had an hour and like 30 minutes to prove himself innocent. Okay. AI, not even a human person, right? We're seeing all this talk about, and there's always some type of technology that comes out that disrupts systems from before, right? Because we went from throwing rocks at each other as humans to, yeah, we're gonna have a sword, and yeah, we're gonna I stabbed thee, with the sword. Then we moved into gunpowder and guns, right? We moved from horse and buggy to cars, planes, trains. Like there's always some type of technology that disrupts things. So it could be the same with the AI, but the fact that no human intervention is involved with like all these different things, listen, I don't know what's gonna happen, but things are very interesting out here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Kevin, if you have Amazon Prime, go watch the movie Mercy. The movie Mercy on Amazon Prime. It came out in January this year. I saw it at the movie theater. Mr. Hoodoo and I went to the movies and saw it. Go watch the movie Mercy on Amazon Prime. They always tell us what they're going to do before they do it. Okay? Always. Carnelian law. So I don't know what that means. Other countries may not have AI as much. It may not be integrated as much. But all this weird stuff going on, Palantir and yeah. So so all right, y'all. So I'm gonna get out of here. I love y'all very, very much. Thank you for being here with me. Not sure what we will get into tomorrow. So we'll see. But I am looking at the ingress chart of the Cancer ingress chart, which is aka the sun going into Cancer, aka the summer solstice for us here in North America. And ingress charts are important because you get to see what the next few months to a year look like. So I am reviewing the ingress chart and what that could look like for the United States of America, how that may play out. I think that I think that what I talked about with the Capricorn ingress and the um Aries ingress, okay, when the sun went into Capricorn December last year, Aries being the first day of spring, that was March. So I think that we've seen some of that energy play out the way that I said it would based on the astrology. So we have to review that too, because again, I'm just here giving y'all the information so y'all can decide what y'all want to do. So I think we may be reviewing the ingress chart, the Cancer ingress of the United States tomorrow. So it might be an astrology stream tomorrow. Let me see. What else did I want to say before I get out of here? So possible astrology stream tomorrow, live, looking at the ingress of the United States of America, the Cancer ingress. Those of you who want, y'all know I'm going on vacation next week. So like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, from Wednesday next week until like June 20th. No, Wednesday next week I might stream. Thursday next week I might stream. Friday next week is a no because we're flying out to the DR, going on a proper vacation, and I won't be back until the 20th. Yeah, the 20th, something like that. So if you need a reading or something, book now. If you want to have an astrology reading, but you don't see a time if you don't see a time or something that works out, just let me know. I'll work with you. Sexy RN, we're going to reschedule yours. Magic level 2 is going to be on Sunday, July 12th, 2026. Magic level 2 class. So get ready for that. That's about it. That's about it, y'all. So there'll be more Esoterica Obscura coming up as well. So all these different things. So that's just like the closing announcements. So I love y'all very, very much. Thank you all for watching. Share this with someone that you think should see this. And I'm gonna see y'all in these YouTube streets. All right.